Since I want to write a children's story, I'm going to come to Publisher Rocket and I'm just going to put children's book. And then I'm going to go here and then it's going to open it like this. And then now what I'll do is that I'll just analyze it. Publisher Rocket has been a game changer for me. Publisher Rocket has really helped my business. So when you come here, after you open it like this, you are going to see the search volume. You see that the search volume is very high. And then you look at the competition is really good. And now you look here, you can see the average monthly earning for this particular keyword. So you go ahead from here, you can just pick any of them. Let's go with this one that is doing really good for children's book 1 to 3. I'll just come here and then I'm just going to click here. And so when you click here, you are able to analyze it more better. When you click here, you are able to analyze the individual books. So these are the individual books. Can you imagine this particular book is making $103,000 per month? It's just so amazing how much money you can make from books. One secret that I'm going to tell you is that you should brand. And just watch this video to the end and I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can brand your books. And now you can go ahead and just click here and check the individual books and see exactly which book you want to create. Just make sure that you are looking at the reviews, looking at positive and negative reviews, looking at the things that you want to add in your book, looking at the things that you want to remove from your book. And when you get all this information, and when you've had all this information, then you can go ahead and start writing your book. So at this point, another thing that you can also do, you can come here to unleash the categories, and you are going to see all the categories where these books are being published. You just make sure you get your 7 keywords and any other information that you need. And now when you've had all this information, then we can go to ChatGPT and start writing our book. Now I'm in ChatGPT. Based on all the analysis that I've already gathered information relating to my book. My main character is a female, so I'm going to put all my analysis here like this. So I'm going to put all my characteristics here, and I'm also telling ChatGPT to write a story for me based on the characteristics that I've given ChatGPT. So I'm also telling ChatGPT that I want the story to be a rhyming story. They should have 4 lines on each page. So I'm just making the story 10 pages just because I want to show us how to go about this. So now after I've given all this information, I'm just going to come here and I'm going to click enter. So ChatGPT is going to write this story for us, and I'm also asking ChatGPT to give me prompt so that I can use this prompt to be able to create my illustration. So after all of this, ChatGPT is done. So I'm just also going to tell ChatGPT to describe my character. My character's name is Zara. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click enter. I just want ChatGPT to give me a brief description of her because I'm going to use this information. So now while we are here, I'm just going to copy it here. I'm just going to copy this information right here. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to open a new window. So with this new window, I'm also going to go to ChatGPT just like this. But now for my illustration, I'm going to come here and I'll click here and I'll go to GPT-4. So now that I'm here, the first thing I want you to do is that you come here to explore GPTs, and then now I'll come here to search public GPTs, and then you just type consistent characters. But since I use it all the time, mine is right here, so I'm just going to click here. So after I click here, the first thing I'm going to click here, and I'll be asked so many questions to be able to know exactly who my character is. So the first question I'm going to say my character is a female, and I'll just click enter. The next question, I need to provide a name. So I'm just going to say my character's name is Zara, and I'm going to click enter. So now ChatGPT is asking me to give a description based on age, country, hair, outfit, all of that. So here you should make sure you give as much detail as you can. The more details you give, the more exact your character is going to be. So I'm just going to come here now. I'll put the description that I had copied here, and I'm just going to click enter. So I myself, I don't know exactly how this character is going to be because ChatGPT gave me the description. So now I'm just going to come here. I like to take 1. You can either take 103. It's going to give you characters that looks like children's animations. With this information, our character is going to be generated. So now this is our character. She looks so pretty. Now the next thing is that they are going to ask us, what do we want to vary? Expression, action, or what do you want? So I'm just going to put expression and action here. I'll just put 1 and 2 and I'll click enter. So at this point they'll ask us what is the first expression or action we want to vary. So at this point what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the prompt that I had for my story, and I'm going to come here and I'll copy the first prompt. So the first prompt is her getting dressed. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to put it right here, and I'll click enter. So let me just go ahead and copy the second prompt while waiting for the first prompt to generate. So you can see exactly, this is Zara right here, and you see the next one. Look at her, she's dressing up, and look at her right here. You can see it's exactly the same character, and she's just here dressing up. So the next prompt that we copied, I'm just going to put it here and see what will happen. So this is our next prompt. This is Zara right here in the garden smelling a rose. It's exactly it. So this is Zara right here, and this is her here dressing up and going out to the garden. So I'm just going to put the next prompt, and then you just go ahead and illustrate all your characters, and that is how you are going to have consistent characters and make your story. So one of the things that you should know is that when you are designing children's story, you can actually make any character like this, remove the background and put them in different places. So you can take Zara and put Zara in a classroom with other students. You can take Zara and put Zara in a plane. You can take Zara and put her in anywhere in a playground. And so just based on your story, that's how you can be creative to take this consistent character and put her in many different places. So at this point, now that we've had our characters, we just have to download our character. So now I want you to come here, you just click here, download. You go ahead, you download it like this, and then you just go ahead and keep designing your character until you have all your characters for your book. If this is something that you want to learn and grow faster, my course is currently 100 off. So that's my encouragement to you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to buy it, but it's just my encouragement. If you want to grow faster, I will encourage you to get a course. You can buy anybody's course, but that's something that they are going to help you to grow faster. So when you are done with all your illustrations, you come to Canva. You just come here to customize. And then when it comes to children's book, I like to make my children's book with bleed. So I have many videos that I've already talked about that on the channel, so you can check them out. I'm going to link them somewhere so you can check them out. So this is my dimension for the children's book. And now what I'm going to do is that now that I already have my dimension, I'm going to come here and I'm just going to upload my character right here. So now you can just come to wherever you have your illustrations, and then you just pull them here like this. That's one way you can do it. So you make sure you come here to this part that says upload. You click here, and then you come and click here, and then you can upload your files. If you cannot drag it like this, you just click like this. You click like this, and then you go to wherever you've saved them, and then you bring all your files here. So now that we have all our illustrations here, so I have these templates that I'm giving for free. So I'm going to use this one that says with bleed, and I'm just going to come here because I'm doing my book with bleed. So I'm just going to download it. So you have it for free. You can just go ahead and download it. And now that I've downloaded it, so I'm going to also upload it to Canva just as we uploaded the other one. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to take my template and I'm just going to put it like this, right here like this. So after I put my template here, I'm just also going to come here to element. I'm going to come here to element, and I'll take something like this, and then I'll just open it here to just make sure it fits like this. So after this, I'm just going to change the color and make it white. At this point, I can now come here and just increase the size here so that I can see it clearly. And now we are free to delete this if we want to. So we already have our border. Very good. So when you are putting anything that is very important, it should be inside this bracket. So now what we are going to do is that we'll now go ahead and bring all our illustrations. So the first one was this, and then you just go ahead and bring all your other illustrations. So I'm just going to put her like this. So that is it. So at this point, now that we have Zara here, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm just going to duplicate this page just so that I have the exact template, and then I'll do like that throughout my entire book just so that I have the exact template for her. Then now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring all my other illustrations. The second one was this one where she was smiling the flower. I'm just going to do the exact same thing, and then I'll bring all my illustrations here. So now that we have all our illustrations, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to duplicate it again just so that I have space for my word, and then I'm going to delete that. So at this point, so if you have some defects in your illustration and you don't want those defects there, for example, these other shoes that are here, we don't know, maybe we want to remove this shoe that is here, what you have to do is that you just click here to edit, and then you will come here to this part that says magic eraser. You click here, and now you can increase this so that it will be easier for you to be able to delete. And then you just go ahead and just wipe. Take your time, just be patient, and wipe whatever defect that is there, whatever thing that is there that you don't like. You just wipe it like that, and then you erase it. So you see that it's not very clear. You still take your time and just make sure that you don't erase her dress. You just take your time like that, and you go ahead and just erase it again. So you see now it's gone. So when it's gone, you just go ahead and just click backward, and you see that you no longer see any shoes. That's how you are able to delete any defect that you have on your book. Every time I make my book with AI, I don't just publish it immediately. I check my books using originality. I read it myself, I edit it, and I make sure that the English is perfect. You know, just make sure that it's a children's book. Make sure that the English that you send out is perfect. Like, it has to be perfect. So if your book, if you have high quality, customers will come over and over. If your book is not good, then you will start having bad reviews, and then you cannot grow any business. And also another thing that I do is that I take my characters, I don't bring them immediately to Canva. I go to any upscaling place, and I'm going to put all of them down below. I have to upscale my images, and I've shown you so many videos how I do it. I have to upscale the images just so that it has the highest quality that I can have. One thing that I want you to know is that you have to make sure that your illustration matches with the other pages. In order for you to do that, one thing, you can come here, you click here, and you just come here like this. You come to this part, and come to this part that says it's a color picker. You come to this color picker, and you just click here. So it's going to give you exactly the same color that you picked. You can pick this one, anyone. Let's say we'll do this one. We'll just come here, and then we pick this one instead. You see how it changes the color. So you can just pick any one that you want. I prefer this other one, so I'm just going to take this, and that's how your color is going to be. So the next thing that you have to do is that you just come here to text, and you go ahead and pick your text. Now what you have to do is that you go to your story, you go ahead, and then you copy these stories. The first lines that relate to my first illustration, I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to put it like this. And now I can adjust it so that it fits right here. I'll go ahead and adjust it and just make sure it fits inside my square. And another thing that I can do is that because our book is going to be printed, I don't want any white background on my book. I can just come here also at the end and just do like this, just so that when they print it, it's not white at the corner. So, and then I'll go ahead and do exactly the same thing right here. And of course, we can still take this one. So anyone that you want to take, you can go ahead and take it, just so that it will make your book to have a brighter and a beautiful color. So you can do that. And then you go ahead and you do the same thing throughout your entire book, and then you will have all your illustrations. Another secret is that if you want to build a brand out of this, you can just decide and start publishing books on Zara. So make so many books. Book 1 can be Zara Goes to the Playground. Book 2 can be Zara's Go to the Garden. Book 3 can be Zara Goes to the Zoo. So you can make as many as you want, and that is how you are going to grow your business. That is how easy it is for you to illustrate a book. You just make sure you have your cover page, look at all the books in your niche, and just see exactly what they are doing and do something similar, and then just make sure you create your cover. If you don't know how to create a cover, I'll put some links down in the description box down below that you can hire someone to help you with a cover. I've also shown so many different videos on the channel how you can create a cover. I wish you all the best on your journey. Love you all. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. When time has passed, I owe you all, 'cause I could not bring myself to try. And